put the YouTubers in here. This camera's still running. I thought for sure I had cut that thing off. It's just wasting video there. I want you to kind of get the light kind of high up but shining down on that. I want to be able to see right where the center of that is and start my hole there. Hopefully I can get it started through the rubber part that'll hold it. I'm drilling the wrong one, ain't I? You see what I almost did? That's the one we don't want to drill. Yeah, I've made mistakes like that before. Sure have. So we're not up there, we're down here. Well, let me see. I'm gonna be down here. I'm gonna need something I think to sit on. What's your toes there? Come in. Yeah, I see why they didn't want to do that. It's almost impossible to get to. That's okay, we can get there. And I need light here, facing the right this way. And you don't want to try to keep your drill from getting too hot. If it gets too hot, it just burns it up and it don't drill good anymore. I usually drill kind of slow. If I had this out in the open, I'd put some oil on the tip of it. If I mash that too hard, I can see that bit bend. I don't want to bend the bit. I want to get pressure on it, but if I bend the bit, that's like the first step toward breaking the bit, you know. Hard to tell if I'm getting anywhere with that rubber on there. I wonder if I can cut that rubber off. Let me know if I need to move the light. Well, wind feels good every so often when we get it. I think we're making any progress.
I don't think so.
Huh?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I'm thinking I ought to look at it and see if we can pick it another way. I know we're hitting the metal, but let me let's get a grinder and see if there's any chance we get a grinder wheel in there. This would so do the trick if we could get it in there. Yeah, you see what happens? We hit the door and the hinge and everything before we get to the pin.
You need like one of those tiny ones. A really tiny one.
I really do. This is not something that I have. I've got a torch, but I'm afraid I'd torch you. More damage than good with it, too. I guess we're stuck with the drill. If you want to set that light somewhere where you can sort of halfway see with it, I'll go sharpen up more drill bits. Maybe a different bit might make more progress. Oh, that's broke. It's broke? Yeah. That's perfect. In that case, we're going to chisel it out. So, good. So Riley has drilled the hole to the point where we've broken the hinge. Now we got to just chisel it out of there. So for that, we're going to use.
Have the chisel back here.
Huh?
Have this back here.
Oh, I was wondering where that thing went. I was missing it the other day. You need pretty good, sharp, skinny, long chisel. What we're going to try to do is get a hold on it with this so that when we hit it, we won't smash our fingers. So generally what I do is, before I even get the hammer, I kind of get over here with it, figure out where I'm going to be. And I got to leave room to sling a hammer. And it looks like if I hit it right about there, I might be able to do that without smashing my hands or something. The only purpose of vice grip is just to hold it. And there should be a pretty meaty hammer right this side of that toolbox. Something with a big head on it. Not like that, yeah. I think I broke it. I think what it could be is a rubber shaft is, you know, the little nylon shaft is kind of hanging on to both sides of it. I'm trying to kind of chisel that out. You want some of this fun?
Oh, you go ahead.
Didn't want to be taking nothing away from it. Now you can see I'm pushing that pin out, but I'm also compressing that rubber. So what I need to do is figure out how to get the pin without getting the rubber. And I'm kind of in the process of knocking that out, but it maybe I can reach up under here with a long pair of vice grips and grab that pin and pull it out. She's not really much wanting to give up the ghost yet, so I'll just beat on her some more.
Ooh, there we go.
Now, this door is going to go all joggly woggly when we take this off. We may need at the bottom when it just fell out, or is it that the rubber? So before we go any further, we ought to get the hinge, the new hinge, ready.
I think it's there.
So this is going to need to go inside the hinge, and then this goes down through it, or up from the bottom, either way. It might be easier to drive it down than drive it up, I think. And then on the bottom, this will go up in.
Hold it in place.
Because this little shim just keeps it, supposedly, hopefully keeps it from woggling. And then this little piece will be hard to get in there, but once the rest of it's in, then we can get that up in there. So right now, I think we still have the bottom pin in place. How about you lift up on the door over out there a little? Just kind of woggle it up and down. There you go. Perfect. Stop right there. Okay, do a little more. Stop right there. Perfect. A little bit more. Stop there. Woggle it a little bit. Okay, now let the door weight fall on itself. Yeah. What that does is that holds the pin, allows me to prise that rubber out. Okay, lift it again and drop it, you know, like that, a couple times. Okay, drop it. Now I think next time you do this, your pin's going to fall all the way out. So I might have, you know, just kind of raise it until the pin falls out and then kind of support the door, and I'll try to slide the new one in. Go ahead. Joggle it a little. Man, that's close. I need to get a pin. Knock that out. Kind of woggle that door up and down a little bit. Yeah, do that woggling thing. Okay, you can let the door go. I'm going to see if I can find a punch going enough to go down in there and do it. Okay, the door's free, I believe. So, just hold it. There's a couple things I wanted to try. It could be that this is actually made to be used when your holes are wallowed out. So if I put it in there without checking, then you might have a hard time getting it back out. So before I put this pin in, I just wanted to set this right over into there, in the hole, or see if it goes through the hole, if that's making any sense. We may not need that. So let me have you come out on the end of the door and kind of woggle it a little bit. Yeah, perfect. Now stop right there and just let it up and down a couple times. Okay. Okay, now let's try. I'm going to have you kind of raise it a little. There. And then you can let it down. I'm going to try slipping this shim back in that we were talking about before, just to see if it will correct a little bit of looseness there. So have you raise it like that again? Yeah, a little woggle up and down. Perfect. And just hang on there for a second. Raise it back up. Just up and down a little. Yeah, like that. Okay. That little thing has to turn that way or it won't go in. Okay, raise it and lower it a little bit. Good, right there. Okay, you can lift the weight off it. And what I'm doing is just getting this rubber piece in there, lined up. Fits pretty snug, and I'm guessing it's designed to fit that way so that this will all go down in there like it should. Now kind of raise and lower the door a little bit. Yeah, that's just like that. Now she's going down in there. Now what I'm going to try to do is get through that hole in the bottom, which is also going to have to be lined up. Keep doing what we're doing there. There you go. Good. I'm going to switch to a different punch. Something a little longer, maybe a screwdriver. Okay, woggle. So I'm going to get this in through here. I'm going to have you raise and lower that door. Try to get way out on the end. And just work it like this. That way you're not lifting the whole, you're only lifting the part that will woggle. That's what we're trying to get, is the woggle. Easier on you. you're eliminating any of the woggle. Can you tell?
Definitely.
As you stop woggling, not completely, a little bit comes from the bottom, right? So we're going to work on that in a minute, but I'm going to get this down here a little bit more. Woggle on it. Alright, I'm going to have to get out here on the end again. And when I tell you, I'll have you woggle it a little. Okay. Now. Okay, do it again. Okay, stop. And stop and walk around. Well, let's see. How are we going to do this? Just keep it right where you got it for now. Let's see if that stays. Okay. Way much more fun than we thought it was going to be. That's how you really know when you're having a good time. All right, we got the hinge pins in and this door is pretty solid. This little striker plate doesn't, I guess it's probably not called the striker plate, but it's not exactly lined up with the door. I'm gonna see if we can loosen that and adjust it. A little bit of old Ford truck school technology going on there. Magic! Like magic. Woo. Now if you ever want to do this yourself, it's pretty easy, but you got a little bit like that. Looks kind of like a star. There's just these two little screws here. And loosen them and move this thing. And this thing fits into that thing. Here, so if we're going to open up, you get that funky close thing. My thinking was, is the inspection guy, the other guy, closed it, but didn't close good, and he went looking for why I want it closed good. And I'm thinking to close it like that, you know, you gotta look at it. Nothing more to see. We're good, right? Yeah. Yeah, look at that. That's it. Now, do you think that's a problem? We could hide that. Or we could weld that, but we'd probably make a bigger mess than if we did nothing. Now if you wanted to get, you know, if you wanted to take some epoxy and stick on that and paint over it, but I'm guessing when you get to the car guy and he does that, moving on. You can go ahead and unhook that battery and unplug it, the battery charger, and all